Hello, my little sweetie pies. Today we are going to be doing a little bit of everything. I feel like all my makeup videos are like that. We're doing obviously makeup. I'll do some reviews. We'll chat. You know what I'm saying? It's a makeup video. Settle in. I've already done my brows. Obviously, I'm gonna prep my lips using Summer Friday's Butter Balm. I recently picked up a lot. Hold that thought. I recently picked up a lot of drugstore dupes for Summer Fridays, except I think I screwed the pooch a little bit because I got like 5 of the same color. I need to get some more nude, some more pink, something to kind of show off the differences between all the formulations, but thus far, I gotta tell you, nothing's quite the same. It is what it is. I'm going to use this Colleen Rothschild Illuminating Tinted Eye Cream. I got this in PR, and I gotta tell you, I am loving this for my color corrector. I wear this on no makeup days, like for instance with maybe a tinted sunscreen, or hell, I'll even just wear this by itself, and it just kind of wakes me up and makes me look a little less dead. Like, can you see the difference? There's a soft brightening, and because it's an eye cream, the texture of it is very hydrating, very thin, so it lays really nice under makeup, and I have just been pulling for this time and time again. But this product is so beautiful under makeup, and I think most women who have a little darkness under their eyes, just need to look a little fresher, would enjoy this. So the inspiration for today's look is going to be Alexis Vogel. Do you guys know who Alexis Vogel is? Okay, let's do a quick background check on this, or background story, whatever. Today I'm filming a video all about early 2000s beauty infomercials, and Alexis Vogel is obviously gonna have her time to shine. I spent like the past couple days just kind of perusing the internet to see if people even remembered this and watching the old infomercial, the whole nine. And I don't know, just looking at that style of makeup, which truly I think is what caused me. I can't even say it caused me to fall in love with makeup, because my love for makeup greatly preceded the Alexis Vogel infomercial of it all, but it really helped me hone in on what my favorite makeup aesthetic, my favorite beauty aesthetic in general, is just over the top glam. It's really rough out here for the millennials who grew up in that era trying to clean girl it through life. Like, we're not doing okay. Check in on us. I'm just gonna lightly set the concealer I put on my eye and kind of take this over my brow. I feel like it softens the brow a little bit, makes it look a little bit more like it's a part of my face and not drawn on as much, which Lord knows it is drawn on like hell. Straight up Picasso status, because I have no brow hairs to speak of. Well, I do, but they're just so thin and straight and light that you just, I don't know. Moving on to foundation, I'm gonna kick it old school and go with the Haus Labs TriClone, mostly because I want something really full coverage. I'm going for it today. We're not gonna do the spatula method like I did in my last video. I'll link that down below if you're curious. We are going full coverage. Again, Alexis Vogel and her work are the inspiration. Wow, this is yellow. I can already tell. Oh crap, hope this works. This is the BK Beauty 116 brush. I haven't worn like a full coverage foundation in so long. Just like shocked me a little bit. Woo, buddy. Wow, this brush is like, I don't think I've used this. I've had it for a little while. They sent it to me along with a couple other brushes. And this is just like, wow. Those of you who don't know, Alexis Vogel was a makeup artist in the 90s and early 2000s. Unfortunately, she passed. I mean, she was still a makeup artist up until 2019 when she passed. She passed away from breast cancer, but she was, you know, doing her infomercial stuff and getting her name out there in the more consumer-driven side of beauty in the early 2000s. And, you know, Pam Anderson was one of her more famous clients, but honestly, she was like the Playboy look. And I talk about this all the time, especially when I'm doing like deep retrospective dives into beauty, but that look, that Playmate look, it's the only way I can describe it is those were the bad bitches. Those were the girls that you look to have an understanding of like what is the big epitome of beauty, and Alexis's makeup really was instrumental in that. The Playboy look of the early 2000s was very bronzy. It wasn't always just the full-blown Pam Anderson black smoky eye. I think that's oftentimes what we think of when we are thinking of Pam. She really did love that look, don't get me wrong, but it was a lot of gold. Like if you look at the old spreads of Playboy, you guys know back when I lived in Vegas, I became friends with a playmate. Her name's Jessa Hinton. Hey girl. I was so excited to meet her. I met her through doing her makeup, and then we worked together off and on for a little bit until I left Vegas, and I just love her to death. I think she's so sweet and wonderful. But when I first met her, I was like, it was like a Barbie. It was like Barbie had come out of her box and was hanging out with me. I've always been obsessed with Playboy, man. So trust me when I tell you, the black smoky eye thing, that was a moment, don't get me wrong, but it was very bronzy. I'm pale. I'm white as a ghost. So I can't do a bronzy version of this. It's not gonna look good on me. So we're gonna be pulling more for cool tones and like taupe. I'm thinking like a satin taupe moment on the eyes, something smoky. I haven't done a smoky eye in like a year. There's still quite a bit of foundation left on my hand. This brush spread this foundation out on my face so easily. This is my new favorite foundation brush of life. Holy crap. Especially with something like this where it's more full coverage, and I feel like with full coverage the blend needs to be pretty spot on, or it can look more artificial than absolutely necessary, and this just blended it out so well. I am very much bothered. I don't know if it's reading on camera, but my face looks much more yellow than my body. Why can't my skin look like this all the time, you guys? I've been going through it with my daggum skin. I'm so close to considering getting back on spironolactone, which is not the kind of thing I want to do, but I would just settle for a band-aid of this situation. Something's going on with me hormonally. I had this period of time right after my son was born where my skin was clear, my hair was long and luscious, everything was firing on all cylinders. And then about 9 months after he was born, no, maybe, yeah, about 9-10 months after he was born, up to a year after he was born, everything fell apart. And I think my hormones are still adjusting. He'll be 2 in June, and apparently you're considered postpartum until 2 years post birth or whatever, and I'm starting to see that like things are still shifting and changing, and the skin issues I'm having are just a particular type of thing I'm not in the mood for, because like I have breakouts and I'm getting gray hair. I don't think these should be allowed to go together. I just don't. That's not fair. So I have not tried or played with the Haus Labs foundation in a while. I'm very much into skin tints, sheer, dewy, but this is still that girl, especially if you're trying to like do it to it, you know? You're gonna run into your ex-boyfriend, something like that. This is the one you want. I brought just a bunch of stuff over here today. Of course, I brought my Westman Atelier contour stick in Biscuit, but look at this, y'all. That's all that's left. I'm gonna finish this sucker. I cannot remember the last time I finished a makeup product. This is literally the best contour on planet Earth, especially if you're cool toned. It's very difficult to find a good undertone for us, but I'm gonna put it to the side and go with my Tom Ford shade and Illuminate. I've not used this very much since I stopped tanning because it is so warm. That's the vibe today. I'm trying to recreate that bronzy Alexis Vogel style, and we'll see if this does it for me today. Feel inspired to try a different brush. This one just like blew my socks off so hard. I want to see what else is going on in here. You know what? Let's do this one. We'll go in with the BKBD Nikki LaRose N13 brush. Put it on the back of the hand. The Tom Ford shade and Illuminate definitely is warmer. It's still a very beautiful natural warmth. It's not orangey. It just literally looks like you got some sun, and you know, Lord knows I could stand for a little bit of that. On the high points of my cheeks, I'll cover this up with concealer, to be honest with you, but I just want to impart this kind of bronziness. I mean, this is about as bronzy as it gets for me. I do kind of want to put it all over, and I'm gonna do this kind of Nikki LaRose style contouring thing I saw her doing today on YouTube. Because nose contour, if you've watched any of my makeup videos, you know it's my least favorite thing to do, and yet I can't skip it. And I've actually seen somebody else do this before. I've tried it before, but I just got frustrated with it, so I didn't like try to perfect this technique. But the idea is, instead of trying to just draw stripes on your nose, which is very, very difficult to do, and then to blend out, it's to cover the nose in bronzer and then bring in the highlighter, basically like a reverse contouring situation. I have not worn this in a long time. It's probably gonna get more play from me this summer because it's much more beautiful than I remember. That's what happens when you love something. Like, I love this Westman Atelier contour stick so bad that I just forget other things exist, and there's no sense in it because I definitely have other very nice products, and this is definitely one of them. Pricey, sure. Beautiful also. like me. For liquid blush today, I'm going in with this e.l.f. liquid blush. I cannot tell what the color is. I'm gonna have to like take a picture of it and zoom in. That's what happens when you get old. You can't see anything. I don't know what color this is. It's just a really nice kind of neutral-ish mauvey pink. Like it's got a little bit of all the things, and with the Alexis Vogel style of makeup, it's not that there was no blush, but it wasn't this baby pink, lavender, lilac thing that I'm personally into. It was something a little bit more, again, bronzy, sun-kissed, and I'm gonna try to replicate this on myself the best that I can. I don't know what's gonna happen though. I'm a little nervous. This is very opposite of what I've been reaching for many months. I'm gonna pop it on the back of my hand. You guys, I've been doing better about the drugstore. I actually went and spent a grip at Target trying to find some drugstore goodies. The only problem is, as always, this is my biggest beef with drugstore. I don't have any solutions. I just got problems, okay? Y'all just make it so unpleasant to shop for it. The testers, there are no testers. I can't see what the colors look like unless I open something that I have no intention of buying. And most people at the drugstore have done exactly that themselves because they want to see the colors. So like maybe you're at the drugstore and you found a liquid blush you really like, but everybody has opened the shade you want to buy and you don't want to buy an opened unsanitary product. Like it's not an enjoyable thing to do. That is truly why I enjoy Prestige much more, because there's a component of that sensory experience that I really need with makeup. I need to touch it. I need to kind of look at how it reflects. And I feel like with drugstore, it is so just blind faith. And it's just not how I prefer. I don't prefer buying makeup that way at all. So if you guys have any tips or tricks as far as like how to enjoy shopping for drugstore makeup, please let me know. Because I would like to get better about it. I'm putting this all over my nose. Mostly the end. I look like I have a cold. I always take my blush a little bit in the forehead, a little bit on the chin. I just like everything to kind of look seamless. Like they know each other. They're good friends on my face. They're not avoiding each other. They're mingling. This is a really pretty color. I look like I was in the tanning bed. Like I have like a little, you know what I mean? You know, you have the tanning bed, little goggles on your eye, and not that I would ever go on a tanning bed, but back in the day, we all did it. What was your favorite tanning bed lotion? Mine was this one called Paramore. It smelled so good. I don't even know if it worked. I literally bought it just because I like the smell so much. For concealer, I am mixing the Hourglass Vanish. Yeah, I think that's what this is called. And the Hy-Glam from Natasha Denona. I think both of these are a little light for me, which is wild. I never ever anticipate that I will run into that problem, but sometimes I do. And hopefully just don't make me look nuts. The Hourglass concealer is growing on me. I really did not like it when I first got my hands on it. In fact, I spoke very openly about that in my best of beauty video when I got to the worst of section. I was very much like, why do you people like this so much? I kind of get it now. So I'm just going along the side of my nose with it, and then I'm gonna use my concealer to really lift this outer corner of my eye because I have some hollowing. I talked about this recently. You bring a lot of light here if you have a hollowing situation, it helps it. It's not surgery level good, but if it's something that's bothering you, it will help. So I'm gonna take the same brush I applied it with. This is the Nikki LaRose N15 brush. Kind of get some of the excess off of it, and then I'm just gonna kind of press this into the skin. For the record today, skin prep wise, if you're curious, I use my Ziip Halo. I use it every time I want to get gussied up, and I use the Merit Great Skin Duo. Such a nice prepping and priming system for those of you who want to spend a little extra money on that. It's not necessary. Your skincare should be doing the majority of the heavy lifting, but if you're traveling or if your skin's not where you wish it was or you don't have time for all the things, I find that the Great Skin Duo is appropriately named because it does give you, in fact, very great skin. I feel like kind of playing around today. I'm going to take my Givenchy Prisme Libre Poudre and my Huda Booty. This is the Cherry Blossom Cake. Very, very pink powder from her. Let's see how this goes. Oh, I forgot how smelly her powder is, bless her heart. I just want to mix these and see what happens. I don't know. I'm just gonna tap just a little bit, just a teeny bit. You are more precious than gold to me. Come on, there we go, just a smidgen. Same, ooh, bigger smidgen. I'm gonna mix them together on this brush. And I'm just gonna set all the areas that I normally do lightly, and then I'm gonna baby bake. I believe I'm gonna microwave under, I don't know. I might change my mind. I might chicken completely out. That is a young woman's game. Oh, I'm about to get a zit right here in the crook of my nose. It's like the worst. That or like a zit like in your nose. No. I might have to wear this foundation more. I'm a little taken aback. I feel like that gave me like a smoothness, and it took the concealer that was maybe reading a hair brighter than I wanted it to and just kind of calmed it down a little bit, made it a little less rowdy. You know what I mean? For bronzer, I'm taking my Gucci bronzer. This one is very pigmented. I've talked about it before. It's just the color that I love as much as I do. Should I try a different bronzer? There's so many bronzers I've not brought to the channel. You know what? Hold that thought. I'm gonna bring something else over here forward. Okay, this is my Armani bronzer. It is beautiful. I love Armani Beauty. It's just, this is like kind of yellow, man. I'll show you. I'll probably have to go in and add something a little bit rosier to it, but I found this to be very yellow from the very beginning. Some people might like that, especially if you're fair and yellow toned, but I am not. I'm just gonna take that on a clean Nikki LaRose N15 brush. I don't know if it's mixing it with the colors I'm already working with on my face that is not making the yellow of it so apparent, but that's been my big block with this ever since I bought it last summer. It just is very yellow in my opinion. To kind of top this blush off, I'm taking this Armani blush in the color 51. I know I said that I wasn't trying to do like too much by way of pink, wanted it to be a little more bronzy, but I feel like a more neutral, warm blush, cream blush underneath like a bright, juicier powder blush is kind of nice together. I don't know. To start building out my eye look, I'm gonna take this Bobbi Brown shadow stick in the color taupe. I would usually go for something a little bit rosier, more pink, but like I said, we're going for sort of a different color story in general today, and I just prefer to take cream shadows to map out my eye shape. I think it is so much quicker than trying to build up a transition color. Woo. Should I zoom you in? You wanna come closer, baby? Come on in, girl. Hi. Anyway, I'm just gonna start, we're going inner to outer today. We are going for it, so you can be a little bodacious if you're feeling so inclined. And we're actually gonna drag this down. Oh, I haven't brought my eyeshadow down this low in a long time. Watch me do this makeup, this like kind of smoky over the top thing, and then be like, clean girl, what? I'm bringing back Y2K trash. I'm gonna change my life today. After I get it where I want it to be underneath my eye, I just find this is the easiest way to create an eye shape. If you're doing all this, for the girlies who are just doing like a wing, you don't gotta worry about this. But if you're doing a smoky eye like I'm doing today, I feel like if you do it from the bottom up, it's so much easier to create a shape that's much more flattering for you and your eye. And then I'm gonna take this same shadow on this BK Beauty 202 brush. This is like one of my favorites for crease work. I just find that it is the perfect size. I think this one I bought with their, I think it's called like their tiny little squinty sad eyes collection or something like that. So if you have tiny sad little squinty eyes like I do, got something for you. You see what I mean? Like, this is one of those things you have to trust this process, but this is just so much easier than trying to go in with like a softer transition shade, and then you gotta do the top lash, and then you gotta do the bottom. Like, just do it all at once. Bada bing, bada boom. I'm gonna mix it up today, and instead of using the Mario Neutrals palette, I'm gonna take the Natasha Denona Glam palette. I'm gonna start first with this color right here called Crease, and we're gonna put it in my crease. I have not done so much like smokiness in the longest time. I'm really interested to see how this turns out. I know I've talked to you guys about this brush before, but let me reiterate. This is the Nikki LaRose and BK. This is not sponsored by them. I did not set out to make so much BK Beauty shout outs today, but in terms of a just dynamic, amazing, useful crease brush, this has got to be top 5. There's something, top 5, top 3. There's something so incredible and well thought out about this sort of kind of a tulip shape to it. It's got sort of a robust little bit right here, and then it tapers very precisely right here. It just makes it so that you have a lot of control. You know, the thing with eye brushes or all makeup brushes is not necessarily just that you buy them in a kit or how much they cost. It's like, do they fit your features? Do they fit your face the way you need them to? Something like this makes it really, really easy because of the way it's designed. You can kind of change the way you're holding it and get a different coverage with it. It can be very precise or a lot more broad depending on your positioning, is what I'm trying to say. And then I'm gonna run a little bit of that color underneath the lash line as well, just to connect them. I will say Miss Alexis Vogel loved that lash line. She loved a nice lash line moment with a glossy lip. That was her thing. Next, we'll take this color right here called Smoke. Smoke? Oh, I did it! If you watched my last tutorial, you know exactly what I'm talking about. This is just gonna be kind of hanging out pretty low out here in the outer corner, and we'll just flick. I started to watch Alexis's old school DVD situation. It's actually on YouTube in several parts. You'd have to do some digging, but you can find it. I started to watch it and I was like, okay, the student has become the master. It was like too slow. I couldn't get into it. I don't know. I didn't watch it. So I'm not actually doing anything specific to her technique. I'm just going off of the vibe, the look that she was well known for, and her cat eye. In fact, when I was watching the infomercial, y'all, the Alexis Vogel system infomercial, freaking life altering moment for me. But when you watch the infomercial, there's a point where the host in the infomercial tells Alexis Vogel she invented the cat eye. She very well may have, I don't actually know, but I couldn't imagine being credited with something like that. I would just be like, I invented cat eyes? Like, you've made it, Alexis. Thank you for your contribution to the beauty world. I am shocked about how many people actually know about this Alexis Vogel thing. I'll talk about this in the video I'm doing today, but I literally recorded, like on a VHS, that infomercial, and I would watch it all the time. All the time. It was scratching a part of my brain I didn't even know existed at that moment. It's the same part of my brain that would later go on to be activated when I found my first makeup tutorial. Like, she was such a pioneer. For the lid, I'm gonna take this Tom Ford quad. I'm gonna take this like satin taupe dupe. There's something similar in here actually, this center eyelid color, but I've just been really wanting to use this color for a long time. So I'm gonna do it. Today's the day. I'm actually gonna spray my brush with a little bit of MAC Fix Plus. I haven't done this in forever. I wish I had a cream shadow that's this color. I really need to go pick one up. If you guys have any recommendations, let me know. This is the Angie Hot and Flashy A505 brush. It is so good for doing your lids, especially if you have hooded eyes, because it has this like little tapered point right here, like a little triangle head, and it fits so well. Like, especially if you have a more hooded eye like I do, it fits so well right here. I'm gonna take this Hourglass 1.5 millimeter eyeliner in Obsidian. I love these tiny little eyeliners, they're incredible. But I'm just gonna start, I want this as close to my lashes as I can possibly get them. And that's really difficult because I have hooded eyes already and I'm getting older, so everything is just kind of sinking down, and like, to get the real estate of my lash line without poking myself in the eye, it's really difficult. So I don't like to do this very much anymore, but I like the effect of it. Once I get it laid down, it doesn't have to be perfect at this point. You just need to get it on there. I'm just gonna start smoking this out, particularly in the outer corner. Again, we're going for cat eyes today. I'm gonna take this brush from Sigma that I've literally had for like 13 years. It's their E47 brush. It's just this really awesome tapered brush. I'm gonna kind of load it up with that lash line color. And instead of me going crazy trying to use a tiny brush to build this out, I love this brush for that. It has like this amazing fluffiness to it that kind of spreads the color out really quickly, but also is very precise in nature too. I'm gonna use the Christian Audette Panther eyeliner in my waterline. Oh my God, I have not put eyeliner in my waterline in such a long time. Wow. And then we will take just any smaller precision smudgy brush to kind of smoke it out and set it. I'm gonna take my Tom Ford Mood Light highlighter. I just really like this because it has such a soft, natural highlight to it. It's very super frosty. So I brought a few things over here for lip options. I don't really know what I wanna do. The thing with Alexis Vogel's makeup, especially if you look at the infomercial, the lip would almost be like a stain, like a vibrant magenta stain with something pearlescent or shimmery on top of it by way of a gloss. So not only do I not want to go beige nude, but it just wouldn't look good on me to begin with, I have a pile of lip liners here, and I think I'm gonna go with the Lawless Forget the Filler lip liner in Desert Mauve. I've had this for a while. I don't think I've ever used it before. Let's see what I think about it. This is a very pigmented lip liner. Oh no! Oh no. It's really pretty, but I don't know what's about to happen right now. I'm not gonna lie. We'll see. I hope I can save this. I will tell you this. The formula of this lip liner is very nice. Lawless, I don't know, man. They're kind of been doing it for me for quite some time. Especially their lip product. This is really pretty. I think this would be better on any other makeup day than today. But I want to try to salvage it. I don't know, man. I'm getting scared. I don't know. Okay, speaking of Lawless, this is the Lawless lipstick in the color Femme. This ain't it. This ain't it, my guy. I look like a hooker. Ah! Okay, so I don't want to wipe this off. What I'm gonna do is take an existing brush I have. We'll take a little bit of my finishing powder and kind of tap it over the lip. I'm gonna take this Dior Addict Gloss. It's very frosty. All right, guys, this is the completed look. I went ahead and tried to mimic the Pam Anderson messy updo. Child, this is like scaffolding, Chris Angel shit. It's not cute in real life. Certainly not from behind. Don't ask me for a tutorial. I do not have you covered. But anyway, yeah, that's all I have for you. I hope you're having an amazing day. Make sure you check the down bar for links to all my social media platforms, and definitely check out the beauty infomercials from the early 2000s video. It's a working title. I don't know what we're calling it yet. I'll catch you guys in the next one.